Vibez Goddess Tarot. So today I'm going to do a general reading, but I have some things written down, like some messages written down to talk to you about. But before I start that, I'm going to cleanse the space, the energy. So if you have headphones in, turn it down. So, okay. Okay. So the messages that I got before doing this reading. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you the symbols, right? And then I'm gonna tell you what I got from it. So I had hope, but it was slanted. And I had woman, but that was also slanted. Had Venus, feminine, that was also slanted. And I had anger, but the anger was slanted a little bit. And the yellow solar plexus chakra was slanted. And the upright was fire and rings, but then the rings, because it was on a dice, but then the rings switched over to the star and it was slanted, and fire like changed into water and that was also slanted. um and serenity was upside down, so reverse. All right, so what I got from that, then there was more to it, so let's start with that first. But what I got from that is you stuck in a cycle or of not going after your dreams or your goals, your aspirations, because you don't have the confidence to take action, or you may be putting off your happiness onto the back burner in hopes that you can do it in the right time, but it doesn't seem like that time is coming or is anytime soon. So like, to be careful of, like, for one, putting your happiness on the back burner for somebody else's happiness, and then also be careful of taking your anger out on somebody else and becoming like resentful because it's not really their fault, right? And how I gathered that, because woman and Venus, but the feminine, right? Female energy is all supposed to be about like emotional security and stuff like that. And also Venus is like the planet of beauty. So if you don't feel confident, like I said before, you won't put yourself out there like the solar plexus and take action on certain things. You don't feel confident in yourself, you don't trust yourself, or you don't trust other people. And it's more, confidence is more than just how you look on the outside. It's like, well, you're in a classroom, right? And that kid is always answering questions, and you just be like, oh, well, because they know the answer, even if they don't know the answer, and they might like be 50% right, right? But they still put their hand up because they have the confidence to like say what they need to say and get like, to be corrected if they need to be corrected, or to just simply be like, oh, I know the answer, okay? To find out if they're right. Whereas you could be right and know the answer, but don't put your hand up and wait for somebody else to say it. That kind of thing. Um, Confidence levels. It's either you don't trust the answer that you have, or trust that like you know the answer, kind of thing. And that's all about your confidence. And then the second part that I have here that I got into was, okay, if you collect quarters, this is your time to shine. So I pick quarters, okay? And I collect quarters, and I can read them a little bit. So the first two quarters that came out was Ellis Island, which is on the quarter. It says New Jersey, but it's really New York. But it's whatever. And that quarter was, the year on that quarter is 2017, right? And a couple information about Ellis Island. That's the place where it's historically an immigration station. A lot of over 12 million plus immigrants have came in through Ellis Island, and those immigrants are mainly from Southern or Eastern Europe. It's like I said, it's in New York, but it's stationed in like New York Harbor between New York and New Jersey. Um, it was in action from 1862 to 1924. Okay, and it caught fire, right? And 1897, and that's important because it said the fire changed into water. Ellis Island is an island, right? An island surrounded by what? Water. And Ellis Island, the building, caught fire. Like, burnt down. Okay? Water. um, and all those immigration records, there we go. Um, before the fire was all gone and burnt down, but it was rebuilt and reopened in the 1900s to be fireproof. Okay? And okay, the numbers. If you're paying attention to the years, so 2017 that reduced to 10. So something comes to completion, comes to an end. So something else can begin. 1892 reduced to 2. Coming in alignment, being in balance, choices, yin and yang, light and shade. 1924 reduced to 7, as well, yourself, spirituality, and then 1897 also reduced to 7. So all about yourself, coming in alignment with yourself, working with yourself, dealing with yourself. So the next quarter that came out with the Ellis Island quarter was 4th McHenry, right? And that's Maryland. Apparently it's Baltimore. Learn something new. I didn't know nothing about that. And that quarter is 2013. And a couple information about that place. It's famous for the birthplace of the national anthem for America. If you somewhere else, don't know. But for America. And it's very important. It played a role in the War of 1812 that reduced to 3. And it was important because it protected its harbors from a naval attack, and it was a turning point in this war, and it ended up in a peace agreement. But the quarter came out reverse. I'm gonna tie it back into that. I'm gonna give you some fun facts, and then I'm gonna get back into that. But 2013 reduced to 6. As you can see, it's decreasing. Went from 10 to 6, right? Decreasing. And 6 is all about like peace, harmony, collaboration, and also 3 is all about collaboration, working together, teamwork, and well, with the 3 and 6, you would think there would be peace and harmony, right? Instead it ends in a peace agreement, but like I said, it was reversed. So this not gonna end in a peace agreement. Okay, it's not gonna end well. That's what I'm trying to say here. And then the next quarter that I got was, that also came in reverse, was, and it came by itself. Okay. Tie all that together. So was the Virgin Islands, the Salt River Bay, and that quarter is 2020, which reduced to 4. And a couple of information about that. It's a national park / reserve. It's a you know those people that dig, okay? They be digging for bones and stuff. Well, dinosaur bones, but there's more other stuff. Okay, those people, archaeologists. Got it. There it goes, archaeologist spot. And it protects threatened and endangered species. And the reason why it's preserved and protected is because it holds a lot of information from all the way back to the 1980s. And that reduced to 8. Okay? And that came out reverse. So, now with that information that I gathered all together was, you probably are moving or need to move to let something come to an end or a completion, to start feeling more at peace with yourself or in your environment, You might be collaborating with people who may be emotionally abusive, and you need to protect yourself and your well-being, either emotional, physical, verbal, sexual. I don't. Well-being protected. Okay. And then I have that they probably did or are going to do something that is gonna like cause the bridge to be burned, or do something that's very unforgivable, and you may not see how abusive this person is or how toxic the situation is because you're in it until you get out of it. But if you don't know how to get out of it, I said to seek professional help and or advice to work on an exit plan or help with an exit plan. Now, emotional abuse, right? Because I wrote about it, so I'm going to explain it. So there's different types of emotional abuse. It goes deep, okay? So we have accusations of cheating, jealousy, being possessive, constantly checking or controlling other person's behavior, constantly arguing, critiquing, gaslighting, trying to isolate you, verbally abusive, one-sided relationship. They withhold affection and attention and literally just don't care to participate in the relationship. And they're shaming and blaming, and they trivialize other people's concerns, right? So, what's the best way to how to help yourself protect yourself out of this situation is make yourself a priority. Work on an exit plan. Think of an exit plan. Establish boundaries. Avoid engaging. Don't argue with them. It makes no sense to argue with them because in their mind they're right. It's just whatever. Okay, just let. They try to argue with you, you become a brick wall. You're arguing with yourself. And then we have stop blaming yourself and realize you can't fix them. You're not Bob the Builder. You did not break it. You cannot fix it. Okay? Now my personal note was your intuition is trying to tell you who's your friend or like your support system, your support group, and who's not. Alright? And like there's loss of like you may lose some friends or feel like you lost some friends and stuff like that, but it's not really a loss and they weren't really your friends. Like you were their friends, but they weren't your friends. And I also wrote down Archangel Michael, and he is blue for one, so that's your throat chakra. You're speaking of truth, expressing truth, dealing with the truth. So whoever, like, people could be lying or gossiping about you, slandering, but the truth is going to come out. Don't worry about that. And then I also have clarity comes once you leave, because you start making yourself a priority. You setting those boundaries, establishing those boundaries, and you start blaming yourself, and you realize that you can't fix everybody. And is that, and also because you are letting go of the past and looking forward to your future and working on your inner strength by doing all those things I just said. And things may look stagnant now, but you are going to reap the rewards of your past effort. So like if you have been already putting in all this work and setting up those boundaries and stuff like that, you don't have to worry about, well, say like those people that like fake friends coming, because you can tell like, all right, you're not my friend, like go away, like you're trying to use me, I've been here before. Like goodbye. And we have trust divine timing and let things unfold, because you may have people around you or had people around you that pushed you away. And like I said, once you start building those boundaries and working on yourself and putting yourself as a priority, you might realize or decide like it's not worth allowing them back in your life or even like being around them, right? So these are out because these are the songs I'm listening to right now to try to like get in touch with the energy, get in tap with the energy. It says Mixed Signals by Ruth D. not Roof B, Roof B. And that's is pretty much. Hold on. I can't argue with you. Okay, so alright, start over. So with mixed signals, it's mainly about like what it says, like mixed signals. You get mixed signals from somebody, and at some point they might try to push you away and make it seem like I don't say make it seem like you're the problem. Make it seem like something is off or wrong with you. Like I said before, like they're being emotionally abusive, and it's really just mixed signals. Because if you, let's say, like, if you really was the problem, why is it not working correctly? I'm from piece of the bill. Okay, it's not working. But either way, we have Mixed Signals by Roof B, and then Here I Am, Just When I Thought I Was Over You by Air Supply. Mixed signals, right? And right with that gaslighting, it's kind of sort of like mixed signals, but it's just straight up lying. Cause it's trying to get you to second guess yourself with like question yourself or question reality. And then it was Lovers and Friends by Usher Little John and Ludacris. And it might be a friend that want to be more than friends with this Hotel California. And there's no diggity. Won't you back it up, back it up? You see, they want to be more than friends. But you just like, yeah, nah. Like, you just building those boundaries like you want to argue. I'm not arguing with you. Like, not arguing with you. Like, you do what you want to do, no problem. As long as it doesn't include me, fine. Because I'm not arguing with you. I'm not about to sit here and spend my time wasting arguing with you because it makes no sense. Like I said before, don't engage. It makes no sense arguing with them because they're gonna try to some way somehow. It's gonna be your fault. Scapegoating. They're gonna project it onto you. It's gonna be your fault that either you feel this way or that the situation is happening, even though it's their action. So it's just like let them. Whatever helped them sleep at night, okay? Whatever lie they got to tell themselves to make them sleep at night, let them believe that. Where you know the truth, Spirit know the truth, everybody else probably know and see the truth. It is what it is. Like, you just got to let people believe what they need to believe, right? So we have Sacred Waters, Deep Healing, Emotions, and Pilgrimage. Right? Probably going on this self-journey. Like a self-care journey, self-compassion journey, a deep hit, like a healing journey, spiritual journey, self-enlightenment. And do you realize that you probably was around a lot of people that you don't really need to be around anymore? And then we have release, reverse. So you might need to release some things and let go of some things that you're holding on to probably way too tightly. And that's the only way things can come to an end. Because you might, with this Lovers and Friends, it might be like a friends with benefits situation or just a situationship. Like I said before, you friends with them, but they're not friends with you. So you could be in a relationship with them, but they're not in a relationship with you. Like, it's either way, whatever you think it is not that. And then we have rest, stop, recharge, self-care. Now you might need to pull back a little bit, sleep on it and like stop giving to it, because like I said, you might not realize it, like, because you're in this situation, you don't see like how abusive or how toxic the situation are, rather as somebody that's not in, like, from an outsider's point of view. So it's like if you stop, like, get away from it, or get away from them, spend some time by yourself, like go away for like a week or stuff like that, or even 2 weeks, and like try to recharge and like care for yourself, you might see the difference that 12, 21. Yeah, see, you might be mirroring somebody, but what you get, like I said before, you might be their friend, but they're not your friend. You see friendship, they see intimidation and competition. Like you're not seeing the same thing, and it's very distorted. But once you heal, you will realize, like, okay, this is what they was talking about. This is why the videos kept saying, like, this person is not my friend. This person was intimidated by me and or was trying to use me because they feel like they lacked something. And because since they lack something, they wanted me to lack something, even though I have what they quote unquote lack, right? With the controlling and trying to critique you and try to, make you like their little puppet. And it's like, you don't need to be anybody's puppet. You're fine the way that you are. You know, if they're embarrassed by you being yourself, then let me go find somebody that's not embarrassed by me being me. Okay? That kind of thing. All right, now we have shape-shifting, support, and otherworldly with the white stag. Right? I said Archangel Michael was here before. So, I made a new deck. Okay. It's filled with, like, idioms and like idioms kinda sorta like if it's I feel like karmic friend, like if it's family members and stuff like that, cause sometimes the tarot deck don't really tell you if it's like a family member or it's a friend. They just group them all together. Or like what's the problem and stuff like that. So made my own little deck. Oh, if you see backfire, that means somebody did spell work and it just automatically went back to them. Because I don't want to get into that. Like, I really don't. Like, I have a deck to find out, like, a spell deck. But I don't use it for that. I just use it to, like, if it comes up, be like, what did they send? So you can be aware of it. Because if you're aware of it and, like, you won't let it bother you that much, pretty much. So, like, imagine, like, the spell work as, like, the weather and stuff like that. If you know that it's gonna rain, you will be prepared for rain. Like, you have an umbrella. You'll make sure you're wearing, like, proper shoes and stuff like that. That kind of thing. So, it won't affect you as much. It won't bother you as much. Rather as you don't know it's going to rain at all. Now you're drenched in it. That kind of thing. So I'm not putting out spells and sending spells because I don't even know how to do that. And I don't want to know how to do that. But I can tell you like which one they sent and what it's meant to do and why they did that kind of thing. Okay? But with the backfire, if it comes out, just know that somebody sent something and it went back. So, look like only one card's coming out. So we have famous last words. Isn't that a song? For My Chemical Romance? Now I should listen to that. No. I'm pretty sure. See, and at the top we have backfire times 10. But then at the bottom of the deck, we have baby mama, baby father. So if you got a baby mother or you have a baby father, it could be them and it backfired, okay? Whatever they sent or whatever they're trying to do is not working. And yeah, it's a song from My Chemical Romance. But let's see. Because the emotions came out and I did have my emotions deck here. And the famous last words. Because each of the places on the quarters is like a federation. Like, it's a government protected building or like a government building and stuff like that. So this person might feel with this famous last words, they feel like what they say goes or like the law and stuff like that. Where it's just like, well, you need to release yourself from that. Because this person giving mixed signals. You won't know what to follow. What to follow. There's all types of loopholes. Like, or like when there's certain clause, like in medical, right? Like, how to put this? Like medical coding and stuff like that. It's more than just saying that, oh, there's a cut. Like we have to go to that place and be like, cut. And then it'd be like, oh, is it a cut this place, or is it a cut this place, or is it a cut that place? If it's a cut this place, look in this place. So it's that kind of thing. So it's like this person might have a bunch of rules and regulations that you have to follow, but they don't have to follow. And to change that part. Right? You can't change this person. Like I said before, like you have to realize you can't heal this person. With this, here I am once again. Just when I thought that I was over you, like I said, this famous last words, they probably would like try to, on their way out, like, oh, you would never find another person like me. They're trying to put down in your head, right? That no one else is going to love you and want to be with you other than them, when it's all, in reality, is you probably was the only person that want to be with them, right? And accept them for who they are. And oh, because on doubt it says, I release the need to know all answers. Right? That this mixed signals, it doesn't make, no matter what, it's not going to make sense. Even if you try to, they also avoid that, advise to avoid trying to understand your abuser. Because then you're going to sympathize with them. But you also need to sympathize with yourself. Like, make yourself a priority. Like, okay. Like, even though they may have a fucked up experience, that doesn't excuse them to treat people the way that they're treating you. Okay? And you're having this fucked up experience because they had this fucked up experience. That was nothing that you weren't there, you couldn't fix it, you couldn't help them avoid it. There's nothing, because you weren't there. But yet they taking this fucked up ass experience out on you, causing you to now be in this fucked up ass position and predicament, being abused and stressed out, doubting yourself. And in their head, they feel like that's okay because somebody else abused their power on them. So they feel like, oh, well, I have this power now, so I should abuse it as well. And it's just like, no. Like the hurt people thing, or broken people break people, that kind of thing. And it's just like, no. You can't fix that person. You cannot help that person. They have to do it on their own. Best you can do is protect yourself and get the fuck out. Because they're not going to change. Right, with this argue, like, it literally says argue. I can't argue with you. They want to argue because if they, with this constantly argue, they feel like, with the mixed signals, there could be like mixed emotions, like being unbalanced and stuff like that. They feel like you will, like, if you care, you will argue with me. And it's just like, I don't care. I don't care to argue with you. Even if they're wrong, it's like, oh, well, you care to the point to correct me, even if it means arguing with me. I don't care, bro. If you want to sound dumb, you sound dumb. You go do... you go over there, okay? Because I'm not arguing with you. I'm not doing it. Raising your blood pressure for what? For what? And they be sitting here thinking it's a game or it's cute or it's joke, and that's what love is, because they don't know what actual love is. Or how to, I won't say deal with it, or even handle like a serious relationship or conversation or friendship or something like that. Then we have abundance. I am limitless. I'm a limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire on this physical reality. To walk this this world alone. Right? His famous last words. Nothing you can stay can stop me. You can also listen to My Chemical Romance because it technically ties into this. But this doubt, because what he's saying right now is, I'm not afraid to keep on living. I'm not afraid to walk this world alone. Nothing you can say can stop me from going home. Right? With this recharge of self-care, if you make yourself a home and make yourself a priority, taking care of yourself and not letting anybody like try to take that away from you and put a whole bunch of doubt into you with the with gaslighting and stuff like that, or trying to control you, make you think that, or scapegoating, but this blaming and shaming like something is wrong with you, or you're the problem, or you're the cause of this, and the third, when it's just like, what? What? Like, scapegoating doesn't even work. Right? Because if you're the problem, if you leave, the problem should leave. It should be done, eradicated. Because you were the problem. You're no longer there. If you're not there and the problem's still continuing, therefore you're not the problem. See? They don't think about that. And then, if the problem was there and existed before you came, how are you the problem? How can you cause the problem? See? That's what they say. Stop. Recharge. Like move, and get away from the situation. And then you might think about it, be like, this doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. You start realizing like a lot of things don't make sense, and you probably think about like sit there and be like, do I care to find out the answer? The answer gonna be no. Just get the fuck away. Cause now in my headphone is who to be trust, you can't tell. Like, just get the fuck away. Cause popcorn. Like, you're not good. Like, this mixed signals, you won't know. They're gonna be like, oh, you can trust me, but then do something behind, like try to throw the rock and hide the hand kind of thing. Oh, these trying to come out together. So we have blame and discipline. Right? They trying to, or they like, cause you have so much discipline, they might try to blame you, make fun of you, trying to be like, ha ha ha, you're such a goody two shoes, and it's just like, the fuck, what? How is that ever wrong? Like, but we have blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being, and discipline says I can accomplish whatever I set my mind to. Right, the projecting the problem, trying to use you as a scapegoat. They trying to blame you. Don't take responsibility for their well-being and take responsibility for the things that they're doing. Accountability is the actual word. They don't want to take accountability for their healing process and their emotions and how they care for themselves and how they love themselves. They don't want to take the responsibility for that, so they want you to take responsibility. Well, you hurt me, so you have to fix me. You have to do this. You have to do that. And I don't have to do a goddamn thing because you technically allowed me into your life to hurt you. Discipline. Okay, if you had those boundaries, you would have realized I was an ain't shit ass person, and you would have said no. The proof was there the whole time that I wasn't shit, but you didn't want to believe that. Famous last word. Whatever they said, however they left, it probably what they meant. And you accepting them back in your life and just like, for what? It's your self-care. It's your self-esteem. It's how you care for yourself. They take away the attention and affection from you. All right, cool. Give it to yourself. Start paying attention to yourself. Loving yourself. Like, because they won't know how to do that, and they won't know how to handle that because, for one, not everybody do it. And they're probably used to taking away their love and affection or attention, and people like coming to their with this arguing with them. Like I just said, they feel like that's the only way that they can know that you love them, or to get that roused out of you to be like, oh, you really love me because you want to sit here and argue with me all day. And it's like, no. Now it's J. Cole in my ear. But with this blame and discipline book ending, like doubt. Oh, at the bottom of the deck is joy. right? They trying to rob you of your happiness and joy and your peace. And yes, that's why serenity, you're not at peace. They trying to take it and trying to bother it and disturb it in any way form that they can. And you can co-parent. I'm gonna be honest with you. You can co-parent because if you have a child with this person, you gotta also do what's best for you and your child. Because if they do this to you, what, God forbid, what they would do to that child. You gotta protect yourself. And with this discipline, if they can't control themselves or discipline themselves, and they lack if they lack accountability and responsibility, like what they gonna teach your kid? The exact same thing. So it's like somebody in the situation has to be the adult and realize that we have to do what's best for the kid, and what's best for this kid is not giving this mixed signals up and down, saying left is right or right is wrong, and it's like no. Like, you don't punish somebody. Well, I'm gonna say you don't punish somebody for telling the truth, depending on what they did. Okay, but if they're literally speaking their truth to you, and you take that as an opportunity to blame them or shame them or trying to control them and twist it because you don't want to take responsibility for the truth or handle the truth, that's on you, okay? That's not their responsibility. Their responsibility was speaking their truth and living in their truth, in which they're doing. And if somebody speaking and living in their truth should not bother you in no way, shape, or form. If with this self-care, somebody else having self-love and self-care, self-trust, so like, I would say like having a high self-worth, but like know their worth and know their value, and that somehow bothers you or intimidates you in some way, shape, or form, you need to look in the mirror, okay? Look at yourself. Ask yourself the question, why does it bother me? Why am I projecting my problems onto said person? What do this person, don't even ask what do this person have that I don't have. It's why would I go around this person, I feel inferior. Why when I come around this person, I don't feel worthy? When I come around this person, I don't feel confident. Why I feel this? Why I do this? Why I do that? Don't ask about the next person and worried about the next person, because it's not them. They didn't do anything. They just doing what their best. They living their best life, and you're worrying about what they doing in their life when you need to focus on your life. Right? Caution. Because you play with fire, you will get burned. Right? Because there's this self-care and self-love and stuff like that, and this doubt and this discipline. They probably had to set up boundaries because a lot of people try to, try to mess with their self-worth and how they care for themselves and how they love themselves, and mess with their emotions and project their emotions onto them or stuff like that. So they have to be cautious of who they allow in their space and their time and their energy. That does not make them arrogant or even selfish or feel like they're better than you because they don't want to be around you. It's something that you're giving off, that you're pursuing, that they don't want to be around. Thinking about it that way. Like, if you, especially like if this person is like, seem like a very positive person, rainbows and sunshine, and you're out here being rainstorms and thunderstorms, dark and gloom, tornadoes, how did that mix? Does it? No. So why would you want to be in their world? So you can send tornadoes in there? For what? Why? like, caution. Be careful like who you playing with and who you messing with, because not everybody, for one, not everybody gonna allow you into their space or allow you in their energy, and they really don't have to. And you don't have to allow other people in your space and energy as well. Because you probably was that person before that was all rainbows and sunshine, and you allow somebody that was all dark and gloom to come into your life because you thought that you can fix them. And then they put you with served a whole bunch of doubt, okay, and blame to you on a regular basis with this discipline on a regular basis, and now you want like somebody else to have that same type of misery that you have, and it's like, no. If you was cautious and read between the lines and use your discernment and realize this person is not a good person, this person is broken, they need somebody to fix them, and I'm not the person to be fixing people because I'm not Bob the Builder. I'm not Build a bitch. I'm not Build a man. Okay? Like, you're not that. You're not a therapist. You can't fix somebody, especially if they don't want to be fixed. Caution. Then it's yellow. We already talked about the yellow sacral chakra, right? You have to protect yourself and do what's best for you. Make yourself a priority. If you put somebody else before you and above you, above your happiness, above all, it's gonna backfire on you. And you can't blame nobody else but you, because you did that on your own. Nobody told you to do it. You did it. Because either you did it to appease them and thought that was gonna make it better, and it doesn't. Either way, you still chose to do it. You have to take accountability and responsibility for your actions. And we have rest again. So with this stop and there's rest, like I said before, and there's release that's reverse, like, you might need to, Lovers and Friends just came back on. Right? From this situationship or this best, whatever it is, friends with benefits, whatever it is, take a little break from it. Release it. Let it go. Take a step back. Cause it's not what it seemed to be, or it's not as like what you think it is not what it is. Or it's not gonna go in that direction. Right? And then you have abundance. If you try and manifest y'all coming together, be careful. Be careful. Because it's going to affect your abundance. Not just like your material abundance, could be like your physical abundance, like I said, your self-worth, how you care for yourself, your self-trust. Let's say you didn't have like the best self-esteem before, but if this person is going to go down to damn near nothing. And then you have to work yourself back up to where you were and then past that kind of thing. So be careful. Be careful what you wish for. Alright, magic. See what I said? Be careful what you wish for. Because your intuition, like I said before, the intuition is trying to tell you who's your friend and who's not your friend. And if you choose to ignore it, you have to take the responsibility for that on your own. Nobody else told you to do that, but you chose to do it. No one can hear your intuition but you. Like, nobody can hear my intuition. Because it's me. It tells me the messages. Well, on here, I'll tell you the messages. But other than that, when I'm walking around, you don't know what my intuition is telling me. Right? So, it's telling you to be cautious of certain people, to let some people go, because they will affect your money, affect your physical appearance, affect your environment, just affect you in some way, shape, or form that you don't need them in your life. Right? Energy. Or they could be sending you energy that's going to affect you, that doesn't need to be in your life, which is why they're trying to tell you to release this person and get them out your life. Because if they don't, they might not be doing it right now, but they're going to do it later or some point in time. And that's why I'm trying to say, like, look, this person is not who you think they are. They're not your friend. Get them away from you. Make sure you write before you choose. That was Usher. Showed it. But tonight I see something in you. Showed it. That made me wanna get with you. You ain't been nothing but a friend to me. Or y'all could be friends. You trying to be friends with somebody to get to know them better, and just to become lovers. And you don't see no problem with that. You thought that was cool and it was okay, or they feel like that's cool and it was okay, and you thinking that y'all on the same page when y'all not. This person was just trying, was pretending the whole time. With this discipline, yeah, they trying to pretend that either y'all into the same thing or y'all like the same thing. They feel like it was a good look. That was the only way that either they can get with you or they could have been around you. And then we have work, wealth, inheritance. Well, inheritance kind of slanted, but I don't know what the other word means. I'm gonna be honest with you. The Ursula, John, and Luda had to do it again. And then we have current lifetime or gestation period. And it's also slanted, so we'll have childhood. Gestation period. If you're pregnant right now, is your baby daddy doing something? And you need to... Best I will say is... Yeah, you're gonna have to set boundaries with your baby father. You do that. You do that. Because the parts that's touching is... I don't know how to say that, but we have wealth and gambling, or so you probably gambled and won the lottery, got some wealth or something like that, or yeah, you probably won some type of wealth or with this inheritance, got it some way, shape, or form. And with this gestation period, as I said, like either you're pregnant, it's your baby father, your baby mother, whoever it is trying to do something. Because we also have adulthood. If it's your baby mother, they could try to... With the sleep, in abundance. Could be child support. But it could be that. Or, like I said before, need to set boundaries. Or they're trying to get pregnant from you for some type of inheritance. Then we have Wild West with Settler. And that's touching childhood, teenage years, and cowboy. If it is like somebody trying to trap you for child support, let me tell you, or settle with you for child support, with this teenage years, because once that person hit 18, you be like, I don't have to pay child support anymore. That's technically a lie if they go to college. If they go to college, you have to continue paying child support all the way up to their college years. Until they finish college, pretty much. So, you do you, okay? You do you. Set boundaries with your baby fathers, but best I can say. Right, and then we have peacemaker, mediator. Right, and I said before, they're trying to find professional help to get some type of advice or help or exit plan. Because this shame, guilt, and all this stuff, like, nah. Especially if you're pregnant, you gotta set yourself up or set your kid up. Because this person going back and forth, mixed signals, being emotionally abusive, and you, at this point, like, if you're pregnant, like, you and your child has to be a priority. And peacemaker and enslavement, like, you and your child has to be like a priority in this moment. And you have to do what's best for you, and of course, get some sleep, because it takes energy out of you. Get some sleep. And it's supposed to be like a very happy moment for you, not stressful moments. And a baby is not like some type of meal ticket or inheritance ticket. Like, no. or trying to use a baby to try to get some type of financial gain or some type of gain in some way, shape, or form. Don't know what type of. It could be status. It could be. Okay. It could be like status abundance with the people pay attention to them. They get things. They get gifts. But this gambling it probably wasn't. I won't say it had like it could have been anybody that got pregnant, like, and I don't know, like I don't know. Then we have faith with philosophical, and then we have trauma with accident. And the parts that's touching is identity with wife and death with an animal attack. And then kind of have two. So we have time frame with classic, don't know how to say that word. And lesson is leadership. So like I've been saying, like putting yourself as like a priority, doing what's best for you, taking leadership of your own life and not letting somebody else do that. And now the parts that's touching is love is possessive and identity sibling. See, now I gotta continue because I don't know what's going on here. Like, because the wife, animal attack, possessive love sibling. Oh, with this inheritance, somebody could feel entitled to something when they're not entitled to shit. Right? Trauma, war. Like, somebody feel entitled to something. And they're not entitled to anything whatsoever. But this abundance coming out here, somebody could be either using you for your money or try to like trap you, have a kid with you in order to inherit this money or to be around this money in some way, shape, or form. And it's just no. And then the parts we have here is power, fame, and recognition. There we go. See what I said? They gain something. Either from this kid, they either gain something, or being with you, they gain something. And it was fame or recognition. It's the power. Being around you, they gain some form of power. And if you leave, they will no longer have that doubt. So they try to like feed you a whole bunch of doubt so you can stay there with them so they can continue having that fame and recognition that they have while they're with you. And even though, right underneath what it was power and rebellion, and it says worthy elite. See you're not somebody's meal ticket. Nobody should be using you as a meal ticket or even use a kid as a freaking meal ticket because they're not. Right, then we have insane, mania. What are some about those mixed signals? Unbalanced, unstable. They don't understand. They hot, cold, 5 seconds. I won't say they bipolar. Isn't that on here? But isn't bipolar is mania. Never mind. Never mind. Right, and then we have beauty struggle with appearance. And I said that earlier, because your confidence. And there's different ways to have confidence. But the parts that's touching is war or uprising with abuse of power. Also touching hysteria. Well, that mania, of course, they're going to be hysteric. But then we also have delusions touching femme fatale. So this person that struggles with their parents, could be person that's struggling with their parents, like Didn't I say before, like, with abuse, accusing somebody of cheating and stuff like that, they could be possessive because they're delusional, feel like you're gonna cheat on them. And you might be confused to like why they think that, because you like feel like you're struggling with your appearance, but in all reality, like you're this beautiful female that they feel like either they can use for money, or people will want to get with you only for money, or you only got with them for their money or their status or their like wealth. Let's see if there's anything else. Okay. 2, 3, 6. Okay. I guess 6 more things. Okay. So we have identity as husband. Did we had wife before? Yeah. So this person probably trying to come in, try to marry you, be like, oh, I'm gonna be your husband, you gonna be my wife. Soldier boy. I wanna kiss on you, a hug you and teach. Like, no. That ain't work out. It's not gonna work out. Soldier boy and Nia not even together no more. Like, then again, the same thing with leadership and the word I can't say. They trying to come in to be classic, be like, yeah, I'm gonna be your husband, everything's gonna be nice, you can be my Bonnie, I could be your Clyde, stuff like that. And it's like, no, Bonnie and Clyde didn't even work out right. Like, don't do that. Don't base your relationship off of other people's relationship and or what you see on TV. Because I'm pretty sure Bonnie and Clyde died. That, like, why would you do that? Why would you want that? Don't. Just, come on now. Or, like, no. Right? And, because the parts that's touching is lesson with gluttony, and then, it was kind of sort of two. So it was gluttony and death with dementia. And then we have sibling and domestic abuse. And we have sibling over here with, possessive. Like, it's too much. And then we have trauma with imprisonment. Did we have enslavement before? Like, trying to get professional help to get you out of this imprisonment, enslavement that you're in. Don't ask a sibling. I don't know what sibling this is, but don't ask a sibling. Don't do it. So we have non-contagious, touching. Now we have death with fire, and location, Northern Europe, and death with non-contagious illness. Technically, you can't catch bipolar. You're born with it, but it is not contagious, genetic, but either way. Then we have trauma, physical or sexual abuse. Now, the parts that's touching is love with unrequited. And I already said it's going to be a one-sided relationship, that they're not going to participate or try to give into in any way, shape, or form. And if they do, they will then try to, like, if you do something that they don't like or they can't control and stuff like that, they would take away, like, attention or affection and stuff like that. That could be your way out. So, let me say, just changing. Well, don't do that, because I saw that in the movie. Don't do that, okay? Some people with this irrational. Don't do that. Never mind. Don't do that. Talk to a professional. Get a professional, for a professional to help you, because people be stalking people. We don't know if you got a Jove situation on over here. We don't talk to a professional. Seek professional help. Right? And this is a clear one, but I'm gonna look at, it says death, so I'm gonna focus on all the deaths that we have here. Well, the ones that's pretty much touching something. So we have animal attack, then we have dementia, and non-contagious. Oh, we also have war. So arguing with this person over this love that you, this domestic abuse, well, because it says love, but it said domestic abuse. So trying to argue with them over like how they treating you or stuff like that is not gonna help. Because for one, the dementia, they just gonna, like I said before, scapegoat. You're the like it's because of you, and they just magically gonna forget all the roles that they played in it. So just, what's the point of arguing with them? Just whatever helps them sleep at night. Okay, you gotta do whatever helps you sleep at night. If it's getting away from this person, get away from them. Seek professional help. Okay. And then we have love, slave, or concubine. And we had that with the enslavement. See, now slave could mean a different thing. If you into BDSM, then that's fine. Okay? You feel me? That's fine. But if you're not, like I said before, this person is you friends with this person, but this person is not your friend. You're in a relationship with this person, but this person is not in a relationship with you. Okay. You are a concubine. Like, sorry. But yeah, and at the bottom we have death by animal. Animal attack. This person could just be a wolf in sheep clothing. Let's see. Okay, so now I'm gonna do your chakra. So this is the past life deck. So this could be like, but it says current lifetime. So it could be like your past life is affected by your, the things that you did in the past is affecting your present or your current situation. Like I said before, like you decide to sleep with that man. Like it's your man or that woman. Like it's nothing you could really do, or marry that person. Like you can't, like with siblings that's different, because you're born into the family that you're born into, but you don't die in that you're born into the family that you're born into, but that's not the family that you die with. That's what I was gonna say, because unless you don't marry, then yeah. But it's still like at the end of the day, like even though that's your sibling and that's your family, once you come like, let's say like teenage years, or come of that age where you can make those choices on your own, you don't have to talk to them if you don't want to. You know? You really don't. You don't owe them anything whatsoever. So we have acceptance. And that's a red card with the root chakra. Right? What I said before. They trying to affect how, like, either how you feel about yourself, how you feel secure, stable with inside yourself, or like being secure and stable in your environment. But this gluttony here, like it could have been a sibling that I went with the struggle with their parents. I was looking at possessive, but they struggle with their parents because, and they want you to do the exact same thing, or projecting their problems onto you. Could have been like siblings that did it. Could be husband that does it. Your wife. Could be anybody that's doing it. And their reason why is because they want what they. Even though you feel like what they have is like great and wonderful, but they want what you got. Gluttony. They're never gonna be full. There is never, whatever they have is never enough. They're always gonna want more, and then they're gonna want. Let's say, like they have a successful business, but you just have land and stuff like that because you're a farmer and stuff like that. Even though their business is doing great and they making more money than you do with your farm, because you have that farm and you happy with the farm, it's just like, now I want the farm, and it's just like, but they don't know nothing about the farm. They don't know how to run a farm, how to take care of a farm, but they want it just because it makes you happy, and whatever makes you happy must make them happy. So they want that from you. They just want you to be sad and down and miserable, and they be happy. And it's like, no, that's not how that works. So you have to accept. help from spirit, but also accept help from yourself with this intuition. Like I said before, well, it says magic here, but still your intuition. Like I said before, with it's trying to tell you who's your friends, who to protect yourself from, who to be cautious with or about, and who to let go out of your life. But if you're not accepting their help, they can't really do much for you. You're just gonna continue to allow these people to come into your life and project their problems onto you, and then feel like you're the blame. And you played a role. I'm not saying that you're like the full blame. Like, no, you played a role on allowing them into your life, accepting them into your life. But once you accept that you don't have to do that anymore, like you can also accept the role of cutting people off. Once you realize that, you release this. You stand in your power and your self-worth. You realize those people that was abusing their power and why they was abusing their power for fame and recognition and wealth that either you're going to have or you're acquiring with this inheriting that you're going to inherit, and they see that and they want to, ride your coattail until you get there, but they are the reason why you may never get there, and or like if you get it, waste it away. Then we have workaholic. Right? That's why rest could come out twice, because they're trying to work you very hard that you don't realize this and put two and two together. And that's a blue chakra, so it's your throat chakra, and how you express yourself, how you speak, create. And then we have abundance 3 times, and we have wealth, elite here, and fame and recognition. It's really just for your abundance. The reason why I said somebody might try to have a baby with you is because that Hotel California. Or try to trap you in something. To like, it's such a lovely place. When it's not. It's not lovely. It's in prison. Like, no. I'm going another one. When we have guilt, you see what I said? They trying to, because you have self-worth or the abundance that you have, they trying to guilt you, make you feel guilty or ashamed about it, when it's like you shouldn't. You shouldn't feel bad about having self-worth or having the amount of I'm gonna say low self-esteem is not great, but like medium or high, well, not high, because some high self-esteem people be arrogant. But if you're just cool with who you are and being yourself and stuff like that, you shouldn't feel any guilt about it. If then somebody even trying to make you feel guilty about you doing what makes you happy, it's because they're lacking something. They're this person in the back. This person in the back out here trying to drink their problems away while you doing what you're supposed to do, and they want to keep you stuck and chained and shackled along with them, so you can be their light in their life, because they don't have any light in their life other than you. And right with the slave and concubine in this imprisonment, chains, they trying to keep you stuck, right? Instant. They trying to tell you, this person is not the best person. Caution, beware, get away from them. You need to stop. This person is not the best person to be around. This person will not help you or protect you in no way, shape, or form. This person is actually bringing you down. But also with this, because I'm going this way now, if you accept, I won't say don't accept their guilt. Accept, like I say, you have to realize you played a role. You accepted this person in your life. You have to accept that, right? Realize that, all right, but now it's now that you know better, you should do better. With that workaholic, now that you know better, do better kind of thing. You won't make that same mistake again. Like I said at the end of in the beginning, once you decide to set those boundaries, put yourself as a priority, might not be engaging with certain people anymore. Seeking counseling and stuff like that, working on what brings you happiness, you probably realize like a lot of people that's no longer in your life, if they trying to come back, you're just like, it's not even worth it. It's not worth talking to you again. It's not worth trying to become your friend again. It's just not worth putting all that effort to be what we used to be. Like, I'm fine taking control, leadership of my life and working on that and working what is bringing me happiness and moving me forward. Whereas staying stuck in something that I didn't need to be stuck in. Or just settling for something. Alright, we have clear yourself, ask the angels. Ask the angels to remove any toxic energy that you may have absorbed. And then we have vegan or vegetarian. Eat organic fruits or vegetables and give... Oh, hold on. Fresh organic fruits and vegetables give you a boost of high-level energy, which evaluates your spiritual frequency? Which elevates your spiritual frequency. Alright, then we had energy earlier at the bottom of this deck. Because spell work, it could be a lot of things. It could just be energy, somebody sitting there thinking negatively about you and wishing bad on you. That's a lot of energy. They taking time and energy out of their day to send that type of energy towards you. So, like, release it. And the higher your frequency, the less likely it is to affect you or bother you. You know what just popped in my head? It was, I think it was Russell Westbrook. He was playing a game and a kid like pushed him. And he had to like look back to like make sure, like, cause he felt something. And it's just like, yo, what just touched me? Like, it would be that kind of thing. Like, you have to like double check, like, and look back and be like, did someone just touch me just now? Like, that kind of thing. And it's like, yeah, like, so it's like, a kid can't really push Russell Westbrook. You know, he just felt like, he felt the hand and looked back like, what the fuck was that? Kind of thing. So, even if they're trying to send you spell work or negative energy, or whatever they're trying to do, if you're on a higher frequency, a higher vibration, it'll probably like just brush past you, and you just look around like, what the fuck is that? Like, or if it's like a smell, cause some of them have a smell. You can just smell and they're like, where the fuck did that smell come from? And it's like, it's be weird as shit, right? And it's just like you really just be sitting like, like, just clear yourself, sage it out. You can laugh it off. Laughing also helps. Cause that's very low vibrational. If you're in a higher vibration, like, it's gonna bring like a positive, like, plus a negative. It brings it down a little bit, but it doesn't bring it down all the way. So it's just like, you know, why would you ever thought? Like, why would you think like it's gonna really bother me that much? And then if they continue to do it on a constant daily basis, we already had the backfire, they go insane. Whatever they trying to send to you goes right back to them. And it's not gonna go, like, let's say for you, right? They just wanted you to struggle with your appearance, right? You feel like you're ugly. Oh my gosh, right? And that's it. They already felt like they were struggling with their appearance. So they're trying to send that to you. You're on a higher vibration. How to do this? Okay, you over here. This is you. They trying to no. This is you. This is evil eye. This is you, right? They trying to send it to you, right? This is the spell word energy, right? So whatever they trying to send it to you, right? It's gonna be like, oh, I cannot penetrate. So it's gonna be like, shoop, boom, right back to this person, and it's gonna pick up speed faster than what it was before because it ricocheted off of you and now went back to that person. Which is why they could be insane and losing their goddamn mind. But they're not realizing that. Because energy can't be fucking destroyed. Like, stop. It's the fuck. It can transfer, but it cannot be destroyed. So, if it can't get to me, where the fuck is it gonna go? Back to the person who sent it. And or to somebody else. So, fucking stop. And then when they be sitting here having negative karma or negative effects and stuff like that, they sitting here wondering why. And it's like, you put in negativity into the world. What do you think is gonna happen? Like, it's gonna come back. Duh. Then we have sacral chakra. You're highly sensitive to chemicals, addiction, processed food, and energy right now. Respect your sensitivity and avoid harsh things, situations, and relationships. See? And your sacral chakra is up below your solar plexus. But your sacral chakra is how you feel about yourself. Self-worth, self-love, self-trust. Remember the sevens? Yeah. And they trying to make you have doubt, shame, guilt. So you can feel stuck and can continue to be stuck. And you accept it and be like, well, I'm the problem and they're just trying to help me and fix me. When they're not. They're trying to lead you down a dangerous path where they can either use your abundance or take your money or abundance from you, or they have control over it. Or with gaslighting, the whole reason why gaslighting started was for money. They wanted, the guy was trying to say that his wife was crazy or insane so he can put her in like a mental facility where he is technically still married to her, so he still have legal ties to the money, but she doesn't work. He can be out in the streets doing whatever he want to do, living his best life with this lady money. That's how gaslighting started. The whole history of it. Right? So, they might not try to go push it as far as say that you're crazy and probably lock you up in the insane asylum. Might, okay? Famous last words. I don't know. Or they're trying to keep you stuck in something, or like have you commit to something that you wouldn't normally commit to. All right, and at the bottom, listening to your intuitive feelings, your body is receiving accurate messages from the divine. No one else is hearing the messages but you. Your intuition is your intuition. Nobody else's. Oh, I forgot about these. I'm gonna go here first. Because this yellow is kind of like yellow-orange. Okay. Hold on, card fell. Oh, but this give a time, I put any information that you would like to know or looking for. That is in the description box below. So you can check it out. So we have the Metacada, right? The frequency of Metacada support, I might not be saying it right, but it's alright. Supports our ability to use our consciousness to use our consciousness to traverse into other layers of reality and dimensions. Its activation, it activates our Akashic records inheritance as well, merging and managing the totality of our existence into our presence to serve our highest purpose. But this inheritance and then trying to look into your Akashic records, because I saw that in the video. I don't know how people do that, okay? Look into your Akashic records, or if they can, okay? But if somebody's trying to, That's just gonna backfire. So just fucking stop. Okay? Just stop. And then we have delight. The frequency of delight supports our capacity to create and experience the feelings of intense joy and happiness. The more delight we feel, the more delight we invoke in others. And then we have divine feminine. See, with that Venus and that woman, see, it ties together. And then we have the frequency of divine feminine supports our receptivity, nurturing, and soft side. Allow it to express itself openly and help us to connect to our intrinsic understanding of our connection of all creation. The Empress could also be a sign of pregnancy. Abundance, but also pregnancy. Oh, birth did come out. But it could just be a new beginning with that 10. Something could be coming to light, coming to birth. Gestation period, birth. Or, like I said, somebody could be trying to sleep with you for money. That too. Then we have dynamic. The frequency of dynamic supports our ability to harmonize between layers and aspect of all different origins and frequency. It helps us to put together a reality that is made up of many different elements, both familial and completely new, with ease, grace, and great joy. Joy came out like 3 times now. Just with that abundance. Like, don't let this person affect how you feel about yourself or feel about life. Because they are emotionally emotionally immature and emotionally unstable. Like, oh, so now we have 5. This was 3. This was also 3. That was also 3. So we had 3, 3, 3. And that's all about collaborating. So, like I said before, if you're trying to collaborate with this person or work with this person, it's not going to go well. There's no type of peace agreement y'all can come up with because they either did way too much or are going to do way too fucking much to you. You're going to be like, get the fuck out of my face. I don't want you in my life. I don't want to meet nobody like you. I don't want you here. Like, I don't want you here anymore. Okay? Be gone. Kind of thing. Is there anything else that had numbers? No. So now we have 32, which reduced to 5. Then we have 19, which is 10. And then we have 21 again, which is 3. So we pretty much got 2 21s. We had 12 before, but the 12 was reversed, which was technically 21. That's what say you could be mirroring somebody, but what y'all mirroring is completely different. See, with this abundance, right? This person is trying to get the money fell into the well, right? She tried to, sewer pretty much. But she trying to get it out the sewer and think of a way to get it out the sewer. Where this person is sitting here freaking out, worrying. Funny enough, having, like, worried about what they're going to drink or how they're going to drink. Let me show you, right? You see the drink back there? They're sitting here worrying while you out here like, nah, I'm going to get this coin. And you focusing on the house. Y'all focusing on 2 completely different things, right? You out here trying to make a house or home, but they sitting here trying to drink their life away. You're not on the same type of timing. You're not on the same frequency. It's not working. It's not gonna work no matter what shape or form. It's not working. Okay, like we had Ellis Island before, and they said it burnt down. Okay, they rebuilt it. There's no way of rebuilding this. This is not being rebuilt, in no way, shape, or form. And the Salt River Bay, that was important because it holds a lot of like information, right? So it's like once you see all the shit that they done and all the damage that they did and continue to do, you realize like, yeah, nah, it's best for this to be like, it's best for this chapter of my life to close and stay closed. Like, I'm good. Like, I don't even want to pick the book back up. Like, I'm good. So, now I'm using my angel deck because, like I said before, Archangel Michael came out. And then we even have here Action Angels, okay? So, I don't know how to say their name, so I'm going to say what their name means and then what they're good for. So, we have the Two of Cups with the swiftly hearkened God with her frugality, providing expensive education, well, intelligence, and giving the grace of God. And then we have the Emperor, like unto God, political authority, giving safe travels and protect against conspiracy. And then we have the Nine of Wands, the God the impenetrable secrets with universal medicine, evolution. Hold on. No, not evolution. I did it again. Sorry. With elevation of the soul and the reevaluation of mysteries. Then we have the Hierophant, right? With the merciful God, with divine forgiveness, obtaining friendships and favor of the great, and then secure promise. And then we also have the Queen of Wands. They all came out together, so I keep doing it back and forth. The Queen of Wands with the hidden God, with divine power, guides against mental trouble. And then we have the World with the God, the source of wisdom, fountain of wisdom, giving success in all ventures. Okay, there we go. We're gonna do it that way. So that's the best way you can get all the cards. Right, but there's Two of Cups being out here, right? But this lovers and friends, it probably somebody that you, like I said before, you thought you saw eye to eye with them, because that was the Two of Cups is all about, like seeing eye to eye with somebody, meeting of the minds, meeting of the heart. And these like, be cautious, because at the bottom of the deck there's another card, but at the bottom of the deck is the Devil, right? And probably like, the Devil, like, why? There's he's an archangel, okay? Samuel. But things that he does, you're gonna be like, is that really? And it's like, but he's an archangel though, okay? He's an archangel. But, but he's on the Devil card. That's why. But it could, you have karmics, and then you're gonna be in touch or resonate with some karmics because you have a karmic lesson that you need to learn. We have gluttony here with the lesson from before. One lesson is gluttony, and I think the other lesson was leadership. Like, not everybody can lead or be a leader. Just because you can, because you can manage, not even that. Just because you can tell somebody what to do doesn't necessarily mean that you can manage, for one, and or be a leader too. Because you can tell me to do something, but then that makes no fucking sense. Or tell me to do something and you don't know how to do it yourself. Like, you don't know how to lead or direct. Like, you just know how to give orders, kind of thing. And how I was saying that it was two totally different people. The marker that I use don't really matter, but how it came out was like the pink is over here and the pen is over here. And that's why I was like, it's probably two totally different people. And yeah, you probably thought that you saw eye to eye, you had this like something in common when you actually don't. Now, when the Emperor, right, with this political authority, they might feel like with the abuse of power, like they have power, they should be this authority figure in your life, and they feel entitled. For what? I don't know, but if you decide to do like this exit plan, you'll be fine. What's underneath the Devil? See, now I hit it. Right? The Eight of Swords. It says truth and justice, protection from enemies who stole one's fortune. right? So like I just said, if you try to get away and do this exit plan, spirit with you, right? They with you. They working on it. Okay. They trying to help you help yourself. Try to tell you beforehand not to do this shit. Okay. um. Also with that conspiracy, like I said before, did I say it? But they might be lying, or somebody will lie. I did with Archangel Michael, like Archangel Michael. If somebody's lying, slander, gossiping, or anything about that, like the truth is gonna come out. Don't have to worry about that. Um, Even if they trying to like conspire against you, spirits like that shit not gonna work. Cause what the fuck is you doing? Well, what the fuck is you doing? Like, stop that shit. Um, right, and then the next with the Nine of Wands, but the Universal Medicine, re-evaluating mysteries. So if like it might be a mystery or like why this person is doing it, but once you continue like putting up those boundaries and defending yourself and defending your boundaries, with this deep healing, once you can like start healing, you realize like, oh, there's a lot of people you gotta protect yourself from. Like there was a lot of wolves in sheep clothing. Not the crystal breaking when I did the ricochet. There's a lot of people that's probably sending you like that want you to be broken, that want you hurt, right? You see, like she have like this, the red on her, like, and you know, for you to be wounded, to carry, their problems, and Spirit's just like, yeah, nope, it's time to heal that. I'm sending you medicine. Get away from this person. Get out of this. Safe travels away from this. Once you get out of it, don't go back. Okay? Don't go back. Don't go back. You get out, get the fuck out. You stay out. Okay? Don't go back. Don't go back. Because you know, once you know who they are and how they act, don't go back. There's no need. Even if you're like, I changed. That's great. That's fine. That's wonderful. Be better for the next person. Don't be better for me. Okay? Like, you do you, I'ma do me. Deuces. Like, be better for the next girlfriend, the next person in your life, whatever. But I'm fine. Okay? You do you. Right? Because the Nine of Wands is also about, like, persevering. And, see, with this, Tina, I looked at the abundance card. Right? You thought of something to get the money out of the sewer. Whereas they saying here worrying. Like, continue to do what's best for you and putting yourself as a priority. And persevering through, like, hardships and stuff like that. And rather than just sitting there and just wallowing and be like, oh, this is the end all be all. Because it's not. And then we have the Hierophant, but it's also about, like, tradition and also healing. So it's like, continue to heal and prefer, like, do whatever you gotta do to heal or get better. And if it's walking away from this person, walking away from their people that's your mutual friends, not, I say even family members, whatever you gotta do for certain family members, like not telling them all your business and stuff like that. You do you, whatever you gotta do. But this divine forgiveness. They also talk about karmic debt. I don't know if you have karmic debt, but either way, if you do, you know, ask for forgiveness, work on it, and repent if you need to repent. And just do better. Like I said before, now that you know better, do better. And that's the best thing you can do, right? They're saying obtaining friendships and favors of the great. So, like, with spirit, like, now that you know better, know that they're trying to help you, they're not trying to hurt you, do better. Might actually listen to them, trust them, like, kind of thing. And then the Queen of Wands with divine power and guidance against mental problems. Because this is insanity, like I said before. Gaslighting was created to send that person to an insane asylum. So she can, so that her husband could pretty much lock her up and get her money where she was crazy but not really crazy. So like he started changing light bulbs around the house. And then she will ask, he's just like, what? What are you talking about? It was like that the whole time. And it's like, but it wasn't. It wasn't, you know? And it's like you're gaining protection from that. So like I said before, with the like if they trying to send you negative energy or spell work and stuff like that, that was that backfires about, because it's like, for what? Why? Because you feel that way, and it's like, that's not. Spirit does things in the benefit of, like, it has to be, if it's fair, fine with that justice and truth. Like, if it's fair, then okay, right? But this whole an eye for an eye type shit, that doesn't. Spirit just be like, I don't understand. Can't compute. Jesus said they slap you on one cheek, turn around and give them the next cheek. I didn't get to that level. Okay. I didn't get to that level of calmness. You do 3 things, I'm snapping. Like, cause now I know that you're intentionally doing it. And then it's just like, even though they intentionally do it, you just gotta forgive them, right? Like I said, I didn't get to that level of calmness yet. I'm not on that monk thing, okay? Not there yet. Getting close, I'm trying, but it's like, if you looking for a problem, you will find a problem. Okay, and Spirit had no problem handling problems out to people looking for problems. And then they realize, oh shit, this problem is bigger than me. I should probably stop. And Spirit's just like, yes, I've been told you, your ass to stop. She didn't want to listen. So now deal with this. And you can't deal with it? Oh well, kind of thing. You have to learn that there's a right and there's a wrong. And what you're doing, trying to impose on other people's life, trying to damage other people, that's not right. And that's not okay. And you need to stop. Sending negative energy to people because you feel like you lack in something, you feel inferior to them, is not okay. You trying to bring down their self-worth and or take their abundance, that's not okay. If somebody trying to scam you, that's not okay. Spirit is gonna get their ass. That's fine. All right, don't worry about it. Didn't it say somebody that stole from you? Yeah, just Spirit saw it. They needed the money more than you needed. Just think about it that way. Right? They needed the money more than you needed it, and they would have done anything that they needed to do to get the money by any means necessary. Whereas you did the right way, you got the money the right way. They had to do this, and it just shows like you're not on the same level. Right? Before, like I said, y'all not on the same frequency. Y'all don't have the same thought process. Y'all don't see eye to eye. You start to see like, yeah, like there's certain things I will do and certain things I'm not doing, and then see how fast they'll be mad that you won't do what they do, because they want you to be with like them, like, you know, birds of a feather flock together. They want you to be that bird flocking with them, and it's like, no. Right? And then the world is all about closing and ending out a cycle. And then we have 10 of Wands, God humiliating the proud, spiritual communication, influence, religious men, teachers, and men of law. Right? Funny enough, right? Because now you see how I was holding one of this, but then on the other hand, it's like a quote, right? Right next to this one, right? When I was like, they want you to be holding and taking on all the responsibilities. You still hold the crown, right? And you're no longer in like that bloody cloth that you're in, and no longer wounded, because you're listening to Spirit. And Spirit is telling you like, look, this person is not it. Get away from them. Because they will try to bring you down, trying to talk about you. Oh, and then the reason why I brought up Samuel is because on here it says seduction and downfall, communication with the dead, teaching of the occult and magic, right? So they might try to tell you that, oh, your intuition is wrong. You shouldn't trust your intuition. You shouldn't listen to spiritual messages and stuff like that. And it's like, why? Now, you can read the Bible, right? That's a form of divination. Why is, like, reading cards or, like, because not everybody that can do this is actually reading it right. I'll tell you that, too. But with the spiritual connection, like communication, your intuition will tell you like, oh, this doesn't resonate with me, or this person isn't for me, or this is for me, or this person isn't for me. Like, oh, this message is not for me, and this, and the third. Which is why they say take the parts that resonate with you and leave the rest, because not the whole video is not going to resonate with you. Only certain, not like to say like 50 or 60, maybe even 70% will resonate with you. Not the whole 100% will resonate with you, because it might not be your story, it might be somebody else's story, that kind of thing. But you got to continue to persevere, and Do what's best for you, right? But the teaching, well, occult was kind of sort of different, but the communication with the dead, like who? What if that's like your people are like clairaudience, clairvoyant. What if that's your clear, bro? And that's what you do. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a gift that God gave you. You was born that way. You like you think I want to be out here to see shit that I don't want to be seeing? No. Like you you think I want to like no. Okay? Like Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day, like driving by like a cemetery. Like, what if that person was able to? Because it was like surrounded. It's like, what if you have a child and the child can like send spirits? And that's like, that's like the worst thing ever. You could never go home. Somebody's always going to try to talk to you, no matter where you go. But we got the Ten of Swords, right? Something overkill, like coming to an end, coming to completion, doing way too much, right? It was an ambush, or it's just something you didn't see coming, right? And it's just they did way too much that it needs to come to an end, right? Page of Swords, that you now you have to be on alert or be on like cautious about. When it's like the more you heal and the more you like realize that you weren't what they was blaming you for was never your responsibility. It was nothing that you can do about it. That they were broken and they need to be fixed, and you can't fix them because you're not. That's not your specialty. Okay, you can do what's best for you. Ooh, excuse me. And what is best for you is to protect yourself, right? Receive the message that Spirit is trying to tell you, like what from when you need to be on alert with certain people, down like understanding like they're trying to protect you and tell you like trying to say like so protect you from like any ambush or any like being I don't say sidetracked from certain people or things. Right, Six of Wands. So you can have some sort of victory. And the Six of Wands is like victory after a very long battle. Because like I said before, but being with this person, there's like, whereas Fort McHenry, nope, yeah, there we go. In the War of 1812, it resulted in like, it was a turning point, yeah. And it resulted into like a peace treaty. This might result into like more fighting. And it's just like just leave, just walk away, bro. Just ceasefire. Like white flag, be like, I'm good. So even if they fight you or trying to bother you or send things to you, it's just like you're weird. And if they gossiping about you, and it's just like, well, why are you worried about this person and when they're not worried about you? And like I've said before, if you were the problem, if you're dead, the problem should be dead too. Right? Because there's it's an arrow through his eye. Like, not an arrow, a sword through his eye. They didn't want you to see it. Like I said, they want you to overwork, be stressed out, if with the sleep, not being able to put two and two together. You won't be on alert as much. Right? And so this battle can drag out, because if you take a break and have time to rest, you will be able to put two and two together, come up with a plan, a strategy to get out of it. And they don't want that. They want to continue, they have this continue as long as they can. Right? Temperance. They don't want to give you the time so you could think about it, because temperance is also about being patient. They don't want to give you the time to think about it, because if they give you the time to think about it, you can be able to balance this out and turn this whole thing into your favor, where you can leave them, separate from them, and get away from them, and they won't know where the fuck you are or how to get in contact with you or how to talk to you or anything like that. And then it's like, even if they try, it's like they always like 2 steps behind you or something like that. Right? Lovers. And then you're gonna find somebody that's actually like on your same level, or like supposed to be in a commitment with you. With this 2 of Cups here, where Compared to the lovers, it's completely different. But then with the devil, hold on. Okay, the devil's not the next card. I had to look. It was the Six of Cups. Like, you start thinking about, like, your past relationships with people in the past and realize, like, they weren't actual lovers. They were just people that you was with to... So you won't feel alone or you won't be alone and stuff like that. And... Because at the bottom of the deck is the Hermit. So it's like you... With this spiritual evaluation, like you start going on the spiritual journey, going within, realizing that what they're trying to tell you that you lack, you don't lack. It was them that lack it, right? And you start going like within with spirit or stuff like that, going within and finding out the answers. And rather than looking and seeking help from, like, when you need help, you will get the help from other people, but you're not going to prioritize that over your own feelings or your thoughts and stuff like that. You'll take it into consideration, but you're not letting what other people say sway you. Didn't I say that before? Like, you might leave and they trying to tell you like they're the only person that will accept you and want you, when in all reality it's the other way around. You're probably the only person that want them. Yeah, they're trying to keep you from finding the person that will actually make you happy. Okay, so we have stop trying to change people. That shit never works. And then we have you do you. And then we have laugh. See what I said before? Sometimes you just gotta laugh, bro. Alright. And then we have, where the fuck is your sense of humor? Sometimes you just gotta laugh. And then we have, ask a fucking expert. What did I say about go talk to a professional? Trying to get some way out here. And then we have, it's time to let go. Talk to professionals. It's time to get that plan. It's time to gather that plan and get the fuck out of here. Cause no. Go with self-care. I didn't expect this to be this long. But with this, the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords, because now I'm kind of sort of going to connect it, right? The Ten's pretty much saying like something's coming to an end or coming to a completion. No matter what, because after this Ten of Swords, this you can't come back to life, but there's no reviving it. And I said, whatever they did is going to be like somewhat unforgivable. And even if it's not unforgivable for you, but to spirit, that shit's unforgivable. And that's why they're trying to say, like, you need to get away from this. Because if you don't, it's going to be a very long battle. And you going back and forth with this person at the expense of your own happiness and your own peace. And I want to say your progress as well. Like, your spiritual progress and your earthly progress. Moving on and moving forward. They're just trying to slow you down from... for like actually finding like a person that actually loves you, but more than that, you finding a job that you actually love and like, or you just having leadership and control over your own freaking life. Also, Temperance is an angel card, and in the Lovers is also an angel. So the angels, like I said before, they're here. They're with you. They're trying to help you get you out the situation. They're trying to help close out this cycle the best way that they can. And they will like you to help them help you help the fucking world. Like, Because you're not on the same frequency or level as this person, and they're trying to bring you down to their level. Where this person will try to make you think they're trying to bring you up, they're bringing you down. Okay. And then we have alchemy, right? They're trying to change something. Magician. But they don't have all the stuff that they need to do to change it, transform it. Whereas, because this is to heal yourself, you have all you need to do to change the situation into your favor. And that's why I said before, they don't want you to sleep and don't want you to have no type of break or give you a rest. Because if you do, they know that you can change it. They know that you will switch it. Because when the I can manifest whatever I want into this reality. They know that you can, but if you like overworked or tired and stressed out and you don't have you can't think straight with this Page of Swords, you won't know who exactly who to protect yourself from, and then you can't change it out for the better, right? With this Lovers and Friends, it's like, oh, which one am I, kind of trying to keep it open ended. But it's like, if you manifest to, or ask spirit to, or even in fucking angels to cut all toxic and negative energy, people that's trying to use you, trying to keep you chained, stuck, abuse you out of your life, they will go too. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Then we have healing, right? You gotta heal yourself, because they know that you can't heal yourself, and that's the problem. They can't heal themselves. They were broken. They want you to be broken too. See, 21. They don't want you to heal. 21. Can you do something for me? They don't want you to heal yourself. Okay? They want you could probably not saying that you Drake. Well, they could be Drake, right? And you might be 21 and you out here do things for them. Can you talk to the ops for me? No, Drake. Why? And Drake went wild on that album. Seeing here called Serena's husband a freaking groupie, and it was like, for what? And then that was even confusing. That was confusing to Serena, because she was like, we broke up mad long ago. What's really good with you? Heal yourself, okay? Work on you. Work on you. He a groupie? What? Come on, Drake. Right? Entrapment. Trying to get you stuck in something that you don't need to be stuck in. Imprisonment, entrapment, enslavement. They want you to do stuff for them that they can't do for themselves. Can you do something for me? They're not your ops, they're their ops, but yet you got to talk to them for them. What did you do? They don't want to tell you that. They just want you to change their life. But and it's no. You got to do it for yourself. Right? They just want to drink their problems away and you handle everything. No. No. Rejection. No. No. There's time. You have to heal from rejection. They have to heal from rejection. Rejection is not that goddamn bad. Sometimes rejection is a form of fucking protection and nobody's understanding that. Right? And then rejection is 13. And that's 4. And 4 is actually the Emperor. And also before, but the quarters, it went from 10, 6, 4. So it's decreasing. And I don't say it's de-escalating, but it's just decreasing. Whatever is your value with this abundance being here, it's just decreasing. And it's decreasing because they're trying to project these guilt, shame, doubt, blame. They're trying to project a whole bunch of things onto you when it's not your fault. And nor is it your responsibility to deal with, or handle, or fix. It's not your battle to fight, but yet they have you fighting it. Right, because I'm looking at the Two of Cups, and underneath the Two of Cups is the Ten of Swords. This connection, this friendship, whatever it is, need to come to an end. Didn't it even say that they're obtaining trying to get you friends, right? Obtaining friendships and favors from the greats. This person is not freaking great. They're gonna betray you. You have to be on alert with them. And watch, I won't say watch them, but be on alert, or be on like, you just simply being on alert around this person is letting you know, like, this person is not stable, not your friend, not there for you, and will get you caught up in something that you don't need to be caught up in, trap you in something that you don't need to be trapped in. And Spirit trying to help you get this victory, or get out of it, and trying to tell you, stop trying to change for other people, and don't have nobody try to change themselves for you. If they want to change for themselves, then that's great, but changing for you is not going to work out, because at some point in time they're going to become resentful and blame you and be like, oh, well, I'm only like this because you wanted me to be this way, and now you're not even happy, and da 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 da. I did this for you, and it's just like, you really did it for yourself, because I never asked you to fucking do it. You know? Temperance. They unbalanced or unstable within inside themselves, so they want you to be unstable and unbalanced. And then, or even feel like you're unstable, unbalanced. Because seeing that is, because I was doing this, right? Seeing that is with the Queen of Wands, with this divine power and guard against mental troubles. But this doubt, try to gaslight you and stuff like that, and trying to like test the waters out, try to see like how much they can do before you realize that they're doing too much, or that they're lying or stuff like that. And just like, people are weird, okay? And it's all just to keep you from closing out this cycle and moving on and finding like lovers, or actual, like, you're like somebody that actually makes you happy, the person that you're actually supposed to be with, because this person is not that. Then we have otter and raccoon, right? The raccoon, they wearing a mask, right? And then we have earthworm, because it says sensitivity. They're, with this rejection, they reject you so you don't reject them, right? And if you ask them why they do that, it's like, well, because I don't want you to reject me, so so it's like, I reject you before you would give the opportunity, to give it the chance to reject me. And it was like, well, who said I was going to reject you? And then it was like, well, I thought you was going to reject me. Well, I felt like you was going to reject me, so I rejected you. And it was like, because they know that they're lacking something, which was why you would have rejected them. And then just like, even if you wouldn't have, I don't know. They're just sensitive, and even we have the mana. It's unstable. Okay, they're just insane. They just don't make sense. Delusional. It just doesn't make sense. Like, it just doesn't make sense. And then we have crow, and crows are spiritual, communication. Like, see where they're same, even the similar colors. They're trying to like, because the earthworm, it's all about sensitivity in this deck, right? And they even have the colors, right? So they don't have a good grasp on their sense of self, or with the page being here, I would say like they're just immature, right? They don't know how to handle certain like mature things. They don't know how to handle it. Even if they're like a grown person, they're a child, like inside their body, like, or spiritually, they're a child. Right? Peacock. They just peacocking out here. They're not like, they can't get a real, I don't say get a real grasp on reality, but they don't fully understand, or they don't understand like how this abuse is affecting the relationship, or what affect how you love them, or how you want to see them, or how you view them and want to be around them and stuff. They don't get that. They don't get that. Because they're mature. They don't get it. They're not mentally. With this abuse, right? If you don't heal from it, you're still stunted at whatever age that abuse happened to you. So let's say you were 5. They can just handle things as a 5-year-old will handle things. If there was a teenager, they will handle things as a teenager will handle things. Until they like heal it, process this, and deal with it, and then they will realize like, all right, I was acting childish for mad long. I can't do this no more because it's not only hurting me, it's hurting people around me. No one want to be around me because of my childish behaviors and my childish activities and the things that I do. It's best for me to, no longer wear this mask, realize that I am the problem, take accountability for my actions, apologize if to people that I can apologize to. Um, but it's best to, do better. So raccoon, like I said, is all it's about wearing a mask, but it said it's talented, shadowy, and hiding. Right. Anything else? When out of balance, they're very competitive or starving. So, like I said before, like this person, if they took money from you, they probably needed the money way more than you needed the money, and or before when I say yeah, mirror each other, you see your friend, they see like a competition. It's not equal. It's not what it is. It's not what it seems. So it would be best for you to get like a genuine friend, or to just work on a new project by yourself. Don't tell nobody about it. Just work on it by yourself. And then otter is an obstacle, joy, and playfulness and contentment. So they're trying to mask and trying to, like I said before, trying to pretend like they're like your happiness, your peace, and joy when they're really trying to suck the life and happiness out of your life. And right, because when it's out of balance, it's all gloomy, sighing, making silly excuses, and that could be their blame and their doubt. They trying to blame you secretly. They blaming you and doubting you and trying to make it feel like you're the problem and you need to change. Whereas when it's not really you, right? It's them. They're just projecting those things onto you because they see you as a competition. What do some people do to their competition? They try to slow them down or take them out, and it's just like, why? Work on yourself. Like, fix yourself. And then earthworm. Okay, hold on. I gotta find earthworm. I know it's sensitivity. I remember that much, but I'm pretty sure there's more to it. So it says shy, hesitant, and resilient to share inner reflection. So like I said, either like they know what they're doing. You might not know that they know what they're doing, but they know what they're doing. So that's why I was like, with the crow, when spirit's trying to talk to you, you will have a better grasp of reality on what they're doing with That's why I was like, they trying to work you out or try to stress you out so you don't think about it. So that's why I kept saying to rest, to sleep. Not that, to sleep. Because even if you're, probably in your sleep, they spirit communicate with you there too. And you could get spiritual messages in your sleep or in dreams, and then they mad about that because they can't control that or interrupt that. They keep waking you up, but then spirit have to find other ways to communicate with you. But either way, right, when out of balance is self-conscious and try to do things for other people's approval. Right, so crows is all spiritual strength and creativity and watchfulness. When out of balance is ungrounded and super sensitive or hypersensitive, not super sensitive. But when in balance is psychic strength and clear. And when the earthworm is in balance is earnest and intelligent and valuable. They don't want to see how valuable you are because then you will leave. You will reject them and then you will leave. And they don't want to be rejected. But you will think, They will be on their best behavior, but no. They're not mental. I was going to say they're not emotionally stable, but they might not be mentally stable to think that. Put it together. Like I said, if whatever trauma it is, whatever age that happened to, they stunted at that age until they start healing and processing. Some self-care. It would say like a new creative project. Also healing. Pilgrimage is a trip, so I already said you might need to move or migrate away for some people. Just move. Courage. You might have to reject somebody out of gather the courage to reject somebody. Cleanse your space. Just tell somebody. You might have to gather the courage to tell somebody to get out your space, like to leave, to go away, or just simply say freaking no. Also, someone might be telling me to cleanse my space, so we about to do that. If you got headphones, turn it down. And it's a 9. Like, release this person. Let them go. Right? Because the Hermit is a turtle on in this deck. So it's just like, you might need to pull yourself back from certain people. And get them out of your space. We have chanting. Right? Now it's 8. 9, 8 is... If it's a 7, no, it's 4. We have look at the stars. And one more, we have abundance planning. Right? Because if you have money tied together, you might need to get an account by yourself. If this person is trying to get to your money, best to keep your account to yourself, account information to yourself. If you gotta get out and you got, like I said, your money is tied, talk to professionals so you can figure out how to get that unseparated and stuff like that. Then we gotta write a gratitude list. Do another one. It says sex, but I was gonna put it back. I'm gonna show you. Not with this person. Please, not with this person. Please, not with this person. They see with that Hotel California. They probably will try to tell you it should be them, and it is them because oh my God, it's so great. But then little do you know they either trying to get you impregnated so they can have a baby. They can continue to be around you and be in your energy, and they're gonna use that child to make your life a living hell for 18 years. And then you probably like, it's just 18. If that kid go to college, it's more than fucking 18. Think about it. Think about it. It's not worth it. Right? Movement is not worth it. Then at the bottom of the deck, we have a burning bowl ritual. Right? We have the time to let go. It's time to let go of this person. Don't sleep with that person. That made no sense. And then if it's just sex that's keeping you together, then that's not love. It's just lust. Which I already said. You're not in a relationship with that person. You're not in love with that person. You in lust with that person. That's completely different. Okay. It flipped back over. Never mind. You just looked at material loss. I didn't see that. But yeah. Either my phone just went off. They might be trying to take like money from you or something like that. The abundance planning. Or they probably stole that from you. So you might have to plan. I don't say like plan how to like get it back, but like I said, if they took some form of money from you, they probably needed it way more than you did. So just let them have it. Spirit saw what they did. There's no need to seek revenge. Just do what you gotta do. Just make it back. Even if it's like takes a while to make it back, just that's the only thing you can do. And I'll say like don't like try to not give money to people. Stop giving money away. So we have Astro. Nope. And then we have. So these two came out together. Then I'm gonna read the short version of their quote, not the long version. And then we also have Luna, because something could be hidden. And we already said that with the Right, and at the bottom of the deck we have plutonium. And you see the chakras all being lit up. See, and I already pulled that out here. If I can find the book, I can read you the short version of the quote. I remember his is take control of your own life. Something similar to dance. Oh, it was in my thigh. So I'm gonna start with emergence first, seeing that's the first one. Well, the numbers order. The short version says you are responsible for your life, your behavior, and your experience, and more importantly, how you react to them. Oh, and you got these two similar to go ready. As soon as I find one, I'll find out the look at that. That's not it. Oh, they're not. Damn it. So next is Luna. The short version for Luna is embrace and accept what you really feel. We already had that. Listen to your intuitive emotions because you're getting accurate messages from the divine. And see, he says it is your journey and yours alone. Be you. Do what's best for you. You do you. Do not change for nobody else because it's not their journey. And I already said a pilgrimage is a journey. It's your healing journey, your spiritual journey, your self-awakening, whatever it is. It's your journey. Not everybody's going to be able to come along with you or understand what you understand and see the way that you see it. They're not going to do it. They're not. It's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. Some people understand, some people won't understand. You can't force them to understand. You can't force them to get it. You just got to let it rock and let it be. Okay? But yeah, that's all that I'm seeing for this reading. I didn't expect it to be this long. But, yeah, I hope it was helpful. And I'll see you next time. Be hydrated. Take care of yourself. With this solar plexus, and it's hypersensitive. Like, just be careful of, like, the people that you're around, the energy that you're around. If you don't want to be there, don't go. Right? But yeah, you do you. You stay hydrated. Take care of yourself. Drink water. And I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.